Welcome to Campfire Chronicles episode 13. We've got our juices and waters.
Yeah. And
we have this bulletin board that you were very insistent on putting up. It's very nice.
Yeah, it turned out well. Mm-hmm. I think, Adventure Archives is going to take them so seriously. I think we need a good, work environment.
Or at least the facade of seriousness. It's like all of these were very deliberately put up to look cool.
Yep. Well, I mean, you can sit there and you can look at Wayne National Forest and you can figure out, which hikes you want to take. You got some sketches that you've done. We've got some letters from fans like
Meredith McLaughlin and Coach Paul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and Filtrate Eyewear, of course. So.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine we'll actually put something useful up there.
Yeah.
When we plan our next trip.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which,
that's going to be...
Where do you want it to be?
Well, 2017 is a big year, and, depending on who you are, 2016 was a good year, bad year, indifferent year, whatever.
Yeah, everyone's been hating on 2016.
Well, we just lost Carrie Fisher, so...
And her mom, a day later.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no one actually believes 2016 is a sentient being, but
I think he's out for us. Hopefully 2017, might be a little bit better. I think in terms of places we're going, it's hard to top this year. I mean, where do we go?
Oh man, Japan. Well, we started with Yellowstone. That was a big one. Algonquin, which was our first out of country,
and that was our first fan voted.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we got another one in the works for 2017.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know where yet, but
nope.
It'd be cool to do interesting environments. But Japan is where we just recently came back from. Not you, but...
No, I know. I wasn't there.
We had someone replacing you.
Another tan pants.
Yeah, no, Japan was awesome.
So Japan?
Actually, I was just talking to one of our fans who lives in Brazil, and she was like, I'll plan a trip in the jungle. Well, but her idea was like getting like a house in the jungle or something, like a cabin, I think.
House in the jungle. I don't know how that's... that'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, I want to do a night in the jungle though, but it'd take a lot of preparation because...
Sure.
I mean, that's a long way off.
Yeah, one of the things I've always said is I'd love to do the Incan Trail to Machu Picchu. That's international and that's going to be a little pricey, but the perk to going to Brazil is hopefully that fan knows how to speak Portuguese.
Yeah,
so she might be able to help us out.
Which is actually, we just went to a Brazilian restaurant.
We did.
I
went to a Brazilian steakhouse. It was delicious, but also extremely gluttonous.
Yeah, that was good. They just had like hearts of palm. Like I thought that stuff was...
I was just thinking of all the skewers of meat that they just endlessly bring you. We
actually cooked Brazilian food on our Algonquin trip too.
Yeah, what was it?
The tapioca.
Tapioca crepes, that's right.
Yeah.
I like how we cooked. The first two were not cooked.
Well, the second one was okay. The third one was the best, but we didn't actually film that one, I don't think. Or maybe that's the one. No, we did.
That's the one I ate like 3 bites before anyone else had.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah, no, you guys don't want this. Let me eat it.
It was a good trip. So actually, we just got back from Japan, but we still have this West Virginia one that we've been kind of slacking on.
Yeah. So what do you have in the pipeline right now?
Like what's actually done?
Like what are you working on? What are you doing? What's the timetable like?
Let's say a month or something.
A month? Okay, a month.
Well, actually no, because let's say 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I think
that
we
seems
get
generous.
It in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, so 2 weeks you're gonna have
the early release.
The early release for our patrons for West Virginia.
I'm not making any promises because Lord knows we have trouble with those deadlines.
Here's the thing: we've got a nice, clean work environment for Andrew now. You should have seen the pigsty he was in beforehand.
They've seen it every time it's featured in the vlog.
I do. So, and you do too. So this is good. We've got some plants. We've got some motivational maps and pictures.
Some probiotic foods to keep us, to keep us going.
So maybe you can hash something out soon. Lord knows I don't do anything anymore.
No. I mean, I think we've all been in a slump. Maybe that's 2016's doing too.
Or some of us have jobs.
No, this episode is going to be interesting though. I was just looking through the footage and like every time you do an episode, it's like part of you is like, this is going to be terrible. We didn't film enough.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes you're just like, man, this looks great. Like,
so what do we have to look forward to in West Virginia before, like, without spoiling anything?
well, I will say that the first day / night is sort of interesting.
Okay.
And things didn't go quite according to plan.
Do they ever?
See, that's a good point, but I think to a larger degree than usual. But the trip itself turned out really well, and lots of nice scenery. We did go there, like, we were trying to make it so that it would be right at peak fall colors, but because the place we were at is at a higher elevation, even though it's further south, unfortunately, it was a little past the prime.
Oh,
but,
that's too bad.
yeah. But it's still beautiful.
So let me ask you, in terms of misadventures and mistakes, you know, I don't know. I'd say one of the biggest one was taking the wrong trail in Shenandoah.
Yeah.
Where would this kind of fall in terms of
So,
mistakes and misadventures?
in a sense, it's a bigger mistake than that, but in a sense, it's actually much smaller, too. And actually, one thing I will say...
You're the master of...
Well, okay, because it's like, if you just described it to someone, it'd be like, oh, wow. But then when you really think about it, it hardly messed the trip up at all. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, this was no fault of anyone's, because the map, both the printout map we had and Google Maps were actually wrongly marked. So basically, the trailhead was like past this certain road where we had to turn on, and it was like further east than it was actually marked on the map.
Okay.
So Google Maps was just telling us to turn off the road into a ditch, basically.
Oh, that's right.
Like drive off into a field.
That's right. I'm starting to remember this now.
I hope I'm not giving too much away by saying that.
I think we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So we have that, and then the big one, you know, as cool as West Virginia is, it's
Japan.
hard to neglect the place that you've been.
Actually, speaking of Shenandoah, this reminds me of that because when we were still editing that after we had gotten back from Yellowstone, and we were like, man, we just want to edit Yellowstone. But yeah, Japan is... There's a lot of cool stuff that I don't really want to mention. I mean, if you've seen the vlogs, then you already know that we saw Mount Fuji. And even the cell phone footage looked great, but we got some really good shots of that with the telephoto lens. And
well, I know you've been on Robby's case not to post too much in the
yeah,
vlogs.
which you think he would be like the most adamant about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't...
Looking at you, Robby.
Like, it's funny, I was talking to him, like, I was like, don't show any shots of Fuji. And he's like, man, like, Fuji is in every shot. So, okay, well, just, like, use the cell phone footage only. And he's like, okay, yeah, obviously. But that vlog had, like, 50 shots of Fuji. Like, and the phones are 4K these days. So.
Yeah, so it's...
But no, I mean, people have told us, like, there's a night and day difference with the episode and the vlog. So.
I mean, the vlogs are
yeah.
incredibly entertaining.
Yeah. But it's just
and I say that,
beats.
I don't mean to say that as, like, let's, you know, give ourselves a round of applause, because I mean, the truth is I just kind of sit there and I
the vlogs are...
and I don't do anything creative-wise, but I love watching the vlogs.
The vlogs are just like it's like a different look into the trip, you know?
Okay, so we've talked about the ghost of Christmas past. Let's talk about the ghost of Christmas present. What are we currently planning?
Well, you and I were talking about potentially doing something in a desert environment, right?
Yes. So, as many of you know, I live in Los Angeles, and there is a big desert that surrounds Los Angeles. And I think there'd be plenty of good opportunities for you guys to come out and film a desert episode. You know, the big things would be finding the right time of year, the vacation days,
the best place to do it.
The best place. Trying to get permits squared away, both camping permits and filming permits. Too, which is another topic we'll talk about when we're fully prepared to get into that. But it's...
This is a good season for desert camping, right? Because it's cooler. Does it get super cold at night, though?
It can get cool. Like
have you 30s. Have you camped in this season?
I don't like the desert.
Well, that'll be perfect.
Yeah. I won't camp in the I've camped in the desert once. It was fantastic. But it was...
It wasn't that Death Valley?
It was Death Valley.
Yeah.
And we rolled in. It was the night of the Perseids, which is a beautiful meteor shower. And we rolled in at around 2 a.m. It was already 90 degrees. 95 degrees.
Dang.
At 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m.?
At 2 a.m.
Wait, like it was just heating back up, or it was cooling?
No, it was
still cooling
down. It was cooling
okay.
down. And we got out of the car, and there was nobody else there.
Mm-hmm.
Literally nobody else there. My friend and I, we got out of the car. We quickly made the tent, and then there was a little bench or a table. And so I just threw my sleeping bag on the table and just looked up in the skies, and every few seconds you'd see,
Man, that's awesome.
and I just like kept. I
It
couldn't
must
go
have
to
been
bed.
really comfortable, actually.
It
Like
was
a
so
dry
comfortable.
heat.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
dry heat. I had my sleeping bag, and then on top of that, that was the first night that I had my air mattress,
Oh, nice.
and so I just threw that on there and just like passed out.
I really could have used my air mattress in Japan. It actually, like that whole thing reminds me of Japan because it's such a drastic difference. Because our first campsite we were at, I want to say like 1,600, 1,700 meters of elevation, and it was just cold, like -6, -9 Celsius, which I think is like in the 20s,
Okay.
so below freezing, obviously. But,
Yeah.
it was so cold, and like I didn't have my air mat because ever since Mammoth Cave, it's been punctured and.
Well, you need to look at getting a new one.
Yeah. But so they had this bathroom that you could go in, and it was like really built up and really nice.
Okay.
And we just huddled in there like for an hour to escape the cold because it was like 10 degrees warmer.
Oh, I hear you
But-
on that. I mean, I was freezing during Yellowstone, but that's just because my body's been accustomed to
Oh, yeah.
the balmy Los Angeles climate.
You would not have liked that night.
I don't think so.
Um,
Okay. So let's
desert camping.
desert camping. Because I'm a masochist and it didn't succeed last year. Mount Whitney's back on the table.
After climbing Kumatori, I mean, it's not nearly as big, but
It's comparable, though.
I feel like I could do it. Yeah.
It's comparable.
But man, that was a hard hike.
It's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried Mount Whitney and I got about 2/3 of the way, and
That was probably Kumatori. I don't
yeah,
know.
no, that was, but that was in a single day
Yeah.
too, midnight to around 8 a.m. or so.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but we would also just break it into at least two nights.
Yeah, the other thing is during summer, well, one, it'd be warmer. There'd be less snow, at least. And you'd have way more daylight hours.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have to do any mountaineering. That'd be the ideal.
Because there it was setting at like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
So, no, it would be much more doable this time around, I think.
Also, like, without having a giant heavy backpack and actually using hiking poles would be really nice. Because none of us were using hiking poles this whole trip.
No, I mean, I used hiking poles on Whitney, and it saves my
Oh,
legs.
yeah.
Especially going down.
Oh,
Down is
yeah,
the
yeah,
tough
yeah.
part for me.
Right after we summited, there was a path that just was so steep coming down. And, like, just rocky, and it would have been nice.
So I got a question for you guys listening. Do you think, because Mount Whitney is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but we have a couple problems with filming on Mount Whitney. One, it's really tough to film there because you're lugging all this equipment up, and we can do it. It just takes a lot of time, and it causes a lot more risk for not getting to the end goal on time.
Yeah.
So, and the other problem is filming permit.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that right now.
Which, again, we'll get into eventually.
We could do a vlog. A vlog, no one's going to require a permit for a vlog.
Yeah, we could do a vlog. No tripod, no nothing like that. Or we could do a podcast.
Yeah, did I tell you?
I think you told me about that.
Yeah.
A podcast would be very doable, and it would be very candid, too.
It'd actually be really cool, because, like, you could do it so we record something afterwards, then cut in things that we filmed on the actual site.
Absolutely.
Like, that'd be kind of sweet.
So, what are your thoughts? What do you think, if we end up doing Whitney, what would you like to see?
I feel like everyone's going to say they want a video.
Yeah, I mean, I want a video, don't get me wrong. But, like, be creative, I guess.
Yeah.
If we told you that videos would probably be the hardest thing to do.
We're just going to do a PowerPoint presentation.
I'll do a PowerPoint. I'll do an Excel sheet.
An Excel sheet. Just like of the elevation.
Of the elevation.
Y-axis time.
No.
Or so-
Y-axis
or elevation.
Y-axis is tears. This is time. How many tears?
Yeah.
do you have? Okay, so there's that. And then I think we should mention the big one I want to do.
Which one? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big one I want to do, and this is something I think we'll talk, and I really want to talk into more detail about this. And I want to talk to people who have gone there, been there, who actually have ideas as to what we can do. Because I've never been. Is we want to take at least a week trip to Alaska.
Alaska?
And do 3 episodes over the course of 8 or 9 days.
This is much more ambitious than I realized you were. Like, I had some idea you wanted to go to 2 parks. But 3 episodes, yeah, that's a...
Well, I figured 2 national, state, or national forests, parks, forests, whatever. And then I'd love to do kind of like a vlog thing, like you've done with Japan.
Like in the cities?
Like in the city.
The so-called cities. They're more like towns. I've been to Juneau, actually, and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're looking at, and this isn't finalized or anything, because there's a lot of other great things near Juneau and Anchorage and stuff like that. But I was looking at flying into Fairbanks, going to Denali, and then a personal goal of mine at some point in my life would be Gates of the Arctic, which I think is the northernmost national park the U.S. has.
We're going to have to winterize, man. Like,
I know.
I mean, we'll be going in the height of summer, I would think, but...
It's still, winterize, yes. I think Alaskaize, that'd be another thing, because we got to get ready for lots of grizzly bears.
Yeah.
You got to look out for potential...
You're giving my mother a heart attack right now.
Glaciers. That's right. So I'm going to shut up.
Don't worry, this is just a pipe dream.
Yeah, this is a pipe dream.
No, but I mean, Alaska is kind of the definitive, like, wilderness destination. I still remember a long time ago, I think even in high school maybe, or maybe it was early college, but I was reading this vlog of people who backpacked in Alaska, and it was so cool. Like, they flew in on one of those planes, landed on a lake. They were, like, hiking through the tundras, eating wild blueberries, and, like, it was so cool.
Do you, if any of our fans know of any experiences that they've had, whether it's, like, been remote, dropped into Alaska, or
that'd be cool.
If you've been to Denali or even Gates of the Arctic, I'd love to hear from you. I mean, shoot me a message and I'll call you. I will call you. And, we can sit down, we can talk about what trails or lack of trails, because there's no trails in some of these parks.
Yeah, that's what they said, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
literally no trails, which makes me wonder what the environment is like exactly, because like, there's some tundras that are kind of shrubby, I feel like. But I imagine it's just like... I bet some of it is kind of like dolly sods.
Maybe, yeah.
Might need some really good boots, actually.
Well, good thing I got some good boots.
Yeah?
I don't know about you, but I do.
Like big rubber type ones? Or?
Oh, no.
Oh. I actually don't know if that's necessary or not.
No, I mean, I got some nice boots from REI. I forget the maker of it. I've only worn them a couple times, but they... Compared to what I wore in Yellowstone... and Yosemite for that matter. I mean, you saw my feet and my toenails afterwards.
Oh, you still hadn't had your good boots by then?
No, I hadn't. And
did you have them in Algonquin?
Yes, that was the first time I wore them, because I just bought them like a couple days before.
Okay, so we just had a little battery interruption, but you were talking about your boots. How?
Oh yeah.
You didn't even have your new boots for Whitney.
No. So, don't get me wrong. I took this mountaineering course last year, and I needed winterized, waterproof kind of mountaineering boots, and I got them. And I love REI, but the guy that measured me didn't measure me. And so I had these super wide boots, which kept making me push, like, ram the top of my
so your toe. Feet was going forward. Yeah.
And so I lost a toenail or two because of that.
That's a common problem, apparently.
It is. Yeah. And part of me was just stubborn, saying, I just got to break these boots in. I got to break these boots in. And after doing at least 50 or 60 miles on those boots, I was like, okay, these should not be like this anymore. Man. So I went back and I said, hey, this isn't right. And I showed them, and they're like, well, did someone measure you? I said, no. I mean, and they're like, well, did they show you if you're wide, narrow, or something like that? I said, absolutely not. And so she said, okay, well, you can return these. We'll credit you that, and you can put it to another set of boots. And so I got nicer pair of boots, which are much more kind of breathable,
Mm-hmm.
but also waterproof.
Were your old boots like high on the ankle, or were they kind of more like a shoe?
No, I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but they came up like right here,
Okay.
right above my ankle, but not like.
Yeah, see, because well,
Or
actually,
maybe
I guess
they did. Maybe they did. Yeah,
Okay.
they came up to about here.
I was just curious because
my hiking socks.
my old boots were too wide for my feet, but I never had the hitting the front problem. But what I did have is like, because a lot of times you're on a trail and it's like kind of tilted or like not perfectly flat, so my feet would slide inside and just get blistered up. So
I mean,
I
you
had
saw
to get
my
narrow.
blisters. They were horrendous.
I had to lance them.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean, I would poke them and then I'd let the juices drain out.
You know, I've heard that.
Which isn't actually the best. It can.
Well, it depends what you're doing. Because like, if you're not gonna walk on them anymore, then it's best to just let it heal. I think.
But we were definitely walking on them.
I've actually heard you can lance them and then fill it. This is gross, but apparently it works. Fill it with super glue, so the skin sticks to it, so it won't like keep rubbing and sliding around.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd do that.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I don't think anyone who.
I'm not going to advise anyone to do that. But that's just what I've heard. Yeah.
Well, yeah. What I'd always do is, if it was really painful and if lancing it is what I needed to do, I'd lance it. Then I'd
put a Band-Aid or something.
Yeah, Band-Aids, or I actually got this blister stuff that a blister
yeah.
gel that you put on it and stuff, and it did all right. But the best type of cure for blisters is prevention. So I think I can.
Now that I think about it, I don't think I even got blisters during Japan, which is a really good sign for my boots.
Yeah, or your feet.
Yeah, I mean,
you broke your feet eventually.
my feet were definitely tired, but yeah, I don't think I got any blisters.
Well, all right. So we will need to definitely winterize and Alaskanize our gear if we're going to go to Alaska.
I wonder, with regards to bears, what the best time to go would be. I guess winter, but...
Yeah, but I feel like if we do winter, you're not...
You don't want to do it right out of hibernation, I don't think.
I think July, August, maybe July and August, maybe early September at the latest. I know that's just the peak time to visit those parks.
I feel like there's going to be a lot, but I feel like it can't be... Is it really that much worse than Yellowstone?
Yeah.
I mean, is it?
Yeah.
There's so much more space, though.
Because I think Yellowstone reintroduced grizzly bears.
Did they?
Yeah. So grizzly bears were like hunted almost to extinction, and then they were reintroduced.
I know they did wolves.
Yeah. Well, maybe they were like... I know they definitely reintroduced
I mean, I'm
wolves.
sure there's like some rehabilitation, conservation.
I just
stuff
know that
happening,
there's like 600 grizzly bears in the Yellowstone area.
Oh,
I know up in Alaska, there's a lot more than 600.
Yeah. Well, the Smokies, has 2 black bears every square mile, which is like, that's kind of
terrifying.
Yeah.
And you ran into one, which
A couple times, yeah.
Yeah, which you told us about.
I want to tell that story about my last night in Japan, just because.
Go for it. It's all yours.
This is completely unrelated, but it's not on the vlog or anything, so this is a podcast exclusive episode.
Dun podcast exclusive.
But the last night. Wait. Oh, that was actually the night after we got back from camping.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like lugging our backpacks around all day on the buses and trains, which was super tiresome and annoying. But we got back and everyone was tired. Just wanted to like play video games and stuff. But like whenever I travel somewhere, I don't know do you have anything like this where right before you leave, like you just want to make sure you do something to say that you've really.
No, I leave to LA tomorrow and I just feel like I need to go do something else tonight.
Come to Andrew's house.
Yeah.
But like in Hawaii, I think when I was on my last day there, actually I was flying out like in the evening, so I still had daytime, but I like went to a park and got pho noodles and stuff and just went around on my own because my friend Jess was tired. Which, speaking of which, thank you, Jess, for signing up for Patreon. He said that was my Christmas gift.
Oh, that's nice.
But anyway, in Japan, like Robby and Bryan and Michael, they just wanted to stay in, play games. And I was like, I got to do something. Like I can play Smash Bros. Any day. So I went out, and we're in this area called Ageo, and it's like kind of a suburb area outside of Tokyo. But I wandered around and I found this bar on the street, and like, I was like, man, like, part of me wants to just wander, get something at the convenience store and come back. So it's like no trouble. But I was like, I kept thinking about going in that bar, and I was like, if I go in there, it's going to be embarrassing. I'm not going to know the language. It's going to be awkward. But I was like, I'm in Japan. Like, who cares? Mm-hmm. Like, even if I do the most embarrassing thing in the world, I'll be back halfway around the world the next day.
No one will know.
Yeah.
No one will know.
So, like, I just went in, and nobody really spoke English. But, I mean, they knew, like, a few words, so we had fun. Like, we were just asking each other how old we were. And, like, they were asking why I was here, and I had explained that I had a friend living here. I think they were like, why are you in this random neighborhood? But then actually this one guy came in who was Peruvian. Well, he was born in Peru. Mm-hmm. I think half Peruvian, half Brazilian, but he's lived in Japan like pretty much all his life.
Wow.
And he was able to speak English too, so he translated. But it was super fun. And I got some hot sake, got some beers that we shared with them. And they gave me like this one really good cocktail for like less money than it was worth, because I only had some pocket change left. And they also gave me these like pickled like radishes, basically.
That's awesome.
And in Japan, whenever they give you like free stuff, it's called like savesu or something. I'm saying that completely wrong, but it's like service. Like,
yeah.
But it was super cool. It's just so cool meeting people and like
yeah. Just experiencing the culture on your own. And there's something kind of liberating about going out and doing something just on your own. And you feel more like a worldly person.
It's so fun. It's so fun just traveling alone. And like that happened in Hawaii too, when I flew there the day before my friend Jess did. I don't know if I ever actually told the story. I mean, I did, but I don't think it got released.
No, yeah. I think that's sitting somewhere on my hard drive.
Yeah, but I mean, we can save that story for another day or...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to hear it again.
Yeah, because it was one that we recorded.
Yeah, no, it's one that's sitting on my... I was like, sure, I'll edit it. I never edited it.
That's fine, though. This is much better.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about New Year's resolutions.
Oh, okay.
Things we're going to do. And first off, we want to know what your New Year's resolutions are.
If you want to share them.
If you want to share them. If you don't want to share them, then too bad. Still share them.
I think one of mine, even though I haven't done it yet, but it's not New Year's yet. But it's like after climbing that mountain in Japan, I was like, I need to start doing the Stairmaster more and just like really condition myself for hard hiking.
And mine's similar as, since I started my new job, I have not been hiking. I haven't really hiked at all in the past 3-4 months. Even Algonquin, I didn't really do any hiking. I just sat there and...
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Just kind of did this all day. So I
Super
think the
relaxing.
last time I really hiked was probably, 2 weeks before that, when I did some light backpacking up in mountains near me. So no, I need to do some serious hiking again.
Yeah.
I need to get ready for Whitney, which I think I now have time for.
So you're thinking of doing that in the summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do Whitney. I'm going to try and do Half Dome. Mm-hmm. Problem is getting the hiking permits, not the filming, not the living permits, but just
with Half Dome, yeah. Isn't it? It's random.
Yeah, it's just as tough as Whitney. If not, I think tougher than Whitney. But it's worth a drive, I'd say. Absolutely worth it.
Wait, it's really just as, like the hiking is this tough? Oh, the permit.
The permit.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
I forgot Whitney's was difficult too.
Mm-hmm. I think Half Dome's is 16 miles, 8 miles up, 8 miles down.
Oh wow, okay.
But
I feel like it couldn't be. Well, no, never mind. Because that was a heck of a hike.
What on?
And the one we did in Yosemite, and you'd have to get up that high at least for Half Dome too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you started in the
you
valley.
guys were
right?
slowpokes in Yosemite.
Yeah.
You didn't have any training.
Yeah, the altitude was killing us.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the tripod is always
the tripod, and that's why I took the tripod halfway through. But no, so that'll be good. I'm also going to try and stay off my phone more.
That's a good one.
I feel like
that's a good one.
I mean, I just find myself like staring at it, or even like when I'm trying to be social and someone says, "Oh, did you hear about this?" I'm like, "No, hey," or "Let me just double check you," or "Let me find out what I was actually thinking about," or "Let me show you this video." Mm-hmm. Even if it adds to the conversation, I'm going to try and cut that out as much as possible.
Wait, why? I mean...
Because I just feel like it's a bad habit,
Yeah, I could see it.
you know, a lot of times I do it to correct people or to correct myself.
Oh yeah, you just come off as a
you come off as kind of a tool. And I mean, I can be right and not tell anybody, or the internet can be right. And
well, especially when it's about like random TV or internet trivia.
Which is it's like literally everything that I use it for.
Like, who cares?
95% of the stuff that we do is like, was this actor in this movie? No, that actor wasn't in this movie.
I guess living in LA, that would happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of mine is to just like hang out with friends more and like show them that I actually appreciate their company. I'm very much a guy where like, and I think you probably know this, but like I can just not contact someone for a while, and then when we hang out again, it's just like normal. But I think some people can't jive with that, you know.
I absolutely hear you.
Like, there's definitely people who like they have to make an effort
and
like to hang out, and I'm just like, you know, if it so happens we hang out, then cool.
If not, you know, no skin off my teeth. But
it's like that Key and Peele skit. It's like the one where they're texting. It's like, do you even want to hang out? Do you even want to hang out? That's so nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's that. Let's see, what else do I have? I started my Christmas vacation, and now I'm ending it. I think about 10 pounds heavier. So,
oh, right.
Try and work up.
Is that muscle mass?
Something here. I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
You got the beard going, is that?
Oh, you got my beard going, yeah. I don't know if I like it.
It's like season 2 Riker.
Season 2 Riker. I like it. I don't know how far I'll take it. But, I don't know. I haven't had anyone say
I wonder what you would look like with a giant beard. Like.
Giant beard. You know, I've seen some people with giant beards, and sometimes it suits them, but a lot of times, you know...
I mean, you used to be a Civil War reenactor, so...
Yeah, but I was 15 when I was a Civil War reenactor. I didn't have a beard. Nor did
it would be fitting, though.
Nor did the 15-year-olds during the Civil War have a beard.
No, I know.
I do kind of like the idea of mutton chops, though.
Huh.
I will never...
No, you can bring it. I bet 2017 or 2018, mutton chops will come back. Like, no, it's funny. Like, some of the hairstyles this in the past year, like just this decade in general, like I think they look really cool. But I just know 1 decade or 2 decades later,
everyone's going to say this is the dumbest.
It's the mullet, thing.
And or the shaved side.
Yeah, the shaved thing, and
like right now I see someone and I was like, oh, cool.
Or like the top knot. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm like, oh, that does kind of look kind of cool, I guess. And then no.
Your kids are going to go through your yearbooks. And they'd be like, first of all, why is this not a VR experience? Second of all, what's with the hair?
Why is this not a VR experience?
Yeah. I don't know.
So
I wish I could grow a beard.
Well, that's good. I think we got some good things lined up, goals and whatnot. What? And I don't know. I love hearing from people because it kind of validates us. But what are some things you'd like to see us do this year? What are your New Year's resolutions for us? I have one for Andrew. It's edit the videos faster.
No, we'll do it.
Edit the videos faster. A video a month would be great.
Yeah, no, I think we want to get back to that. I mean, the Bryan's dental thing kind of threw a wrench in it, and then after that, we were just like, whatever.
That's right.
I think we really want to get back to that pace.
And it's hard sometimes.
Oh yeah,
it's hard to afford those things all the time, and when we can do things local, that's obviously better. But people like
we can't always go to Japan.
We can't. Yeah, exactly. And as much as we love that, it's.
But yeah, it's not even all that necessary. Like there's so many cool places. I think Upper Peninsula is definitely a place we got to go at some point.
Upper Peninsula definitely, but I also think, and we'll announce some things later on, but collaborations with other YouTubers. Yeah. So, we're talking to some people now. By we, I mean they are, because I live in Los Angeles.
Well, you were with one of them.
Yeah, but we'll turn it over eventually.
Shenandoah was actually supposed to be a collaboration with Black Owl Outdoors, but.
Yeah, they'll
we got to do that sometime.
Yeah, we'll figure that out at some point. But, and I think one of the things is I'd like to reach out to more fans and, kind of hear their stories. And
we got to do the hangouts more.
Yeah.
And have you ever been on one of the hangouts? Like the Google Hangouts with
No,
patrons?
I haven't. I don't think I have. I've listened to one and I've kind of typed into some of them, but
No, you gotta beam into one of them.
I think so. I mean, one of the problems is we just don't put out content on a regular basis, and
Yeah.
that's how you kind of get people to know it. And I know this is content, but this is not like the content that they come for.
You are ever the downer. You're just.
I mean, this is
this
is content, but where's the nature? I mean, look, there's
we got nature right here.
Oh, that's fine.
We got some fake nature here.
Well, go eat.
We got some fermented nature
go
here.
eat your kimchi right here. Oh, we do have the tin cups though.
Here, let me ask you something. Here,
Okay,
open.
no.
First of all, you said that you can open any jar.
I can't open any jar.
So that's first of all, let's prove that. Second of all,
just opened the
does
jar.
it smell good to you? Because I'm really curious.
Shoot, I just got some.
Oh yeah, actually, this might be a terrible idea.
Okay.
So close it back up. But can you smell it?
Yeah, I can. It smells all right.
Yeah.
This might be a terrible idea.
Yeah, no, I just realized sometimes when you open these, they kind of like
Explode like
yeah.
that.
There's nothing on you.
There's a little bit. There's crust. But no, I mean that's the one we threw away yesterday when we were cleaning your.
Well, that was moldy,
That's why it was bad.
and it had been sitting in there for like
How long is a while? Year?
Well, no, not a year.
Okay.
Since maybe a month.
It can mold after a month.
Oh no, I mean it was just a bad batch. These
a
will
bad
stay
batch.
fine. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think I put too much spice in it, and it kind of messed up the
fermentation
yeah.
process.
Yeah, these ones, it's alive, man. They're like living cultures. They'll last a long time. I love it. I love kimchi.
I love kimchi. That's something I want to do. Is I want to start. If I had you guys out with me more, it'd be easier to film things because it's so hard just to motivate yourself. But I'd love to do some cooking.
Oh yeah,
Cooking stuff because we've done some cool cooking between like the steak that we did, the tapioca.
The stew,
Yeah.
the noodles in Yellowstone. And
I
stuff.
want to get a cast iron pot and do some stuff like that.
You should like bake stuff. Make some bannock.
Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of baking, but we'll see. We'll see.
Wait, so do you mean cooking while you're camping?
Cooking, camping.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Whether it's like backpacking or at a campsite. I think it'd be cool to start at a campsite.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's easier and kind of go from there.
I've always been interested in doing a trip where we backpack to a campsite, but we stay there the second day and don't hike, and we just like set up a elaborate camp and do stuff like that.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be really fun.
That'd be awesome. So what else would you like to hear from us or next year? If there or show you guys or something, because we do this for ourselves. We also like to do this for you too.
Yeah. I mean, the vlogs. We've had the vlogs going up at least.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. Such a cool place.
Absolutely. Well, I don't see any fire here, but do you think it's time to put that fire out?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
That was that kimchi.
kimchi.
I like these cups a lot.
They're nice cups.
Well, now what do
We
you want to do?
we got a good year coming, don't we?
I hope so. I hope everybody has a great year because everyone seems to be not liking 2016 at all.
Well,
I mean, that's the hope, isn't it? Like, why? Who in the world would wish misfortune on someone? Okay. All
right.
Well, we had a couple interruptions.
we did.
Anyway, no, thank you for watching.
Really, this has been a fantastic year, and it's because of you guys that it's been one of the best years for us. I mean, we started at 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
We went up to 20,000.
You were saying we hit both of those in this year.
Yes. We in March we hit 10,000, then in November we hit 20,000.
It's just like amazing. That really is like pretty incredible. Really cool.
It's we didn't do it. It was the fans that did it.
Yeah. So go ahead and create 4 fake accounts.
No, YouTube.
I'm just kidding.
No, YouTube. We're following
We're
the rules.
joking. Yeah.
Please.
But do tell 4 of your grandparents to subscribe.
This is really a grandparent show.
What? I mean, it is.
No, it's the thing. It's for everyone. It's a family show.
Yeah. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we keep it that way.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
Bloopers might be another level, but
Yeah, they're not that bad.
no.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is if you're a patron, thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot that we did so much. No, if you're a patron, you now have access to behind the scenes for each episode that's released. So we haven't done Allegheny yet, but why are you laughing? Just because we're repeating everything?
No, because I was staring intently at the camera.
Oh, God. I'm going to zoom in. Did we already talk about the Odd Lang sign music? Was that in the last segment?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so if you're a patron, I forget if I said this already. I'm sorry if I have. I very well may have. But you can...
I just drank all your
my blue milk. You can sign up. You'll get access to bloopers for each episode and
commentary.
Yeah. And hopefully, I would love to make like other behind the scenes type videos. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, those like reels or like retrospectives. I don't something like making the music. Right?
And, you know, maybe you'll actually get that postcard that Andrew's been supposed to be designing.
Yeah, I had just sent out the Allegheny one, so if you were on that list, you should have gotten it by now. But Algonquin still need to do. We'll get around to it.
Yes, he will.
We all know what it's going to be.
What? Oh.
Yes, yeah, obviously.
I better be in it this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be in the canoe.
Be in the canoe. I'll be in the far canoe. Just a little orange dot.
You were wearing orange, weren't you?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Brings up my eyes.
Whether you're a patron or just a viewer, I shouldn't word it like that. Whether you're a patron or just a street urchin. No. No matter, like, whether you're a patron or not, whether you're a viewer, a subscriber, even if you're not a subscriber, if you're, for whatever reason, watching this or listening to it right now, thank you.
Seriously.
And
this is a long video to get to this point, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Click all the ads. I'm just kidding. No, thank you. And have a good year.
And we're hoping to get this developed as the year goes on, make it more relevant. We have a few letters up there, so
this is Thomas's own perverse obsession.
I walked in today and said, I want to see my masterpiece.
I need that cork board.
I mean, I think
no, it's cool. Yeah,
it adds a level of both professionalism and creativity to the workplace.
God, you are just like perfect for an upper management position or something.
Upper management, you hear that? Upper management.
Oh man, do you remember the manager from Bob Evans, the one who spoke in a really high voice? I don't want to name names.
Male or female?
Female.
I think so. Please don't say I'm like her.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, there's sometimes I just wondered if, like, what their personal life was like. But then,
drugs, sex, and rock and roll.
Yeah, they're just like, okay, maybe we'll cut this out. Anyway, have a good year. Thank you so much for listening and watching. See you next time.